Okay, is everyone ready? There we go. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Virginia City Council Chambers. This is a regularly scheduled City Council meeting. We'll call this meeting to order. Today's date is Tuesday, October 28th, 2025. The time is 5:30 p.m. Pam, would you please take the roll call?
Counselor Johnson is absent. Motley?
Here.
Paulson?
Present.
Beyondich?
Present.
Bachschnider?
Here.
Friedlieb?
Here.
Cuffey?
Present. Thank you. Well, first of all, welcome everybody to the council meeting. It's not, it doesn't happen very often when we have a special presentation to make for the general public in honor of our students, our class, or whoever that we honor as a citizen of the city of Virginia or a group of people. But here today, we are honored with our presence of the 2025 AA Girls State Champion Tennis Team. Welcome. It is an honor and a privilege for us to have you here tonight. We can't be more pleased with all the accomplishments you made over the years. And it started from the very beginning in humble beginnings when we didn't have a tennis facility. Everybody was playing outdoors in the different high schools. We now have an indoor tennis facility that served us all well over the course of a couple of decades now, and with George Erickson and Bob Prittinen and Dave Gunderson and many others who were really the innovators and on the ground floor of making this a very successful venue for all of you to play tennis. So we are here to honor you today before we get into the council business. And today is a very special day. October 28th, 2025, right here at 5:30 p.m. in this City Council chambers, we're going to honor you with a proclamation. In addition to that, there are other scheduled activities and events that's going to be coordinated between the City of Virginia, the City of Eveleth, and the City of Gilbert down the road. I think on November the 7th, you'll be hearing more about that as well. But today, it is our honor to be here today to issue this proclamation in recognition of your success. Whereas the Rock Ridge Girls Tennis Team has exemplified the highest standards of athletics, teamwork, excellence, and perseverance through the 2025 season. And whereas, through exceptional dedication, skill, and determination, the team captured the 2025 Class AA State Tennis Championship, bringing great pride and distinction to Rock Ridge High School and the entire Rock Ridge community. And whereas the success of this outstanding team is the result of the commitment and effort of the following student athletes: Mamie Scott, Ellie Dimberio, Alice Johnson, Lana Frederick, Maddie Seppi, Isla Troutwine, Emmy Peterson, Janina Paulson, Kiri Milos, Aaron Troutwine, Liv Hudak, Amelia Peterson, Mila Flatley, Maddie Hadrava, and Audrey Harley. And whereas this achievement was made possible through the guidance, leadership, and encouragement of coaches Jessica Johnson, Courtney Rosati, Peyton Marks, Jim Prittinen, Tom Prosen, and Katie Troutwine, whose mentorship has fostered both athletic and personal growth among the members of this team. And whereas the Rock Ridge Girls tennis accomplishments represents not only victory on the court, but also a shared spirit of dedication integrity, and community pride that serves as an example for all of us. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the City of Virginia City Council hereby extends its sincere congratulations to the Rockridge girls tennis team and their coaches, parents, and other outstanding achievements to become the first combined school Rockridge to win a state championship, the 2025 Class AA Tennis State Championship. And be it further resolved that the City Council commends these athletes and coaches for their commitment to excellence and expresses appreciation for the positive recognition they have brought upon the Rockridge community. In witness thereof, I hereunto my set by my hand and cause the seal of Virginia to be affected this 20th day of October 2025 on behalf of myself, the mayor, the city councilors of the elected body, our city staff, and all the citizens of Virginia. Congratulations to you all. And of course, the banner that sits in front of the City Council chambers in this humble grounds of the City Council, we'll be presenting that to you as well. So on behalf of all of us, I'd like to invite anybody from the team, the coaches, anybody who would like to say a few words if you wish to do so, please, we welcome you to come up today. And so please turn the microphone on to green. Please state your name for the record and welcome to the City Council.
Hi, everyone. I am Courtney Rosati, one of the coaches of the Rockridge girls tennis team. I just want to start out first by saying thank you for this recognition and for honoring the team tonight. I also want to say thank you very much for the opportunity of having the indoor facility. Having that during our season gives us a huge advantage over other area teams and allows us to be a program year-round. And honestly, if it weren't for the indoors, we don't know if we would be where we are today. So thank you for that. This team here is incredibly hardworking. They've shown determination, teamwork, and discipline all season long. They started the season with one goal, and that was to make it to the state tournament, I should say. And they've worked every single day very hard to get there. So I'm very proud of them. As their coach, I couldn't be prouder of how they represented our school and our community down at the championship, the whole tournament. And I'm just very proud of them. They're the most deserving group. They've put in so much time and effort, and I'm really proud of them. So thank you very much for this recognition and for recognizing their hard work and their effort. Let's go.
I'm Emmy Peterson, and then I'm a junior on the team. We just want to say thank you so much. This is such an honor and just so amazing to have this proclamation. And we really appreciate all your support. I mean, even down at state, it was so cool having the whole community down there. Just like every time I looked out into the audience, I mean, I saw a new face, a new person that decided to drive all the way down to watch us play tennis. And that was such a cool moment for us. Especially, I don't know if some of you saw the picture of all the people and the fans who came down. That picture is just so dear because like it's so amazing to think how many people are willing to support us and just great, immense support. And also, again, thank you for the indoor courts because those courts really make such a huge difference for us. I mean, they are there every day for practice, and a lot of us, we work during the winter, and we really wouldn't be where we are without that. So we thank you again. Just thank you for all the support, and this is just amazing.
I'm Nina Paulson. I play second doubles on the team. And again, we've all said lots of thank yous, but if we could just give a round of applause to our council members for all that they do for us. we just really appreciate you guys and the beautiful facility that we've been blessed with, and we definitely use it to our advantage every single day, and we all put our hearts out into the court, and I think in the end, it doesn't matter what private school we play, but we just love the game, and that's why we won. Thank you, guys.
I'm Madeline Seppi. I'm a senior on the team. I played one doubles. I just want to say thank you for literally everything. The courts mean so much to us. And again, all of the support we have from the community. And I mean, they pretty much said it all. Just all the support from everyone means so much to us and how far we've come with everyone. So thank you.
I would like to say that this Tennis for All facility wasn't really the result of the vision and the focus of the elected body before us, that came before us. They were instrumental in helping move this forward, but it was a group of citizens from the city of Virginia who had the passion for tennis to have the vision of what this could possibly be, and what the outcome could be. And it's been a great program, and if it wasn't for the citizens of this community, that place probably would never have been built. So kudos to all those who were involved from beginning up until today. So we have just helped maintain it. We're part of that program, but it's the citizens who made this possible. Councilor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. Congratulations, and I'd also like to let you know that the cupola in City Hall will be Rockridge colors tonight, tomorrow night, and then again after the holiday, the Halloween weekend for about a week. So congratulations, and I hope you get, if technology is working properly, it should be lit up for about a week for you.
Thank you. All right. Okay, so I'll present this proclamation to whoever would like to accept it. I'll come to the podium, and if you would like to get a picture of somebody accepting, you want the group to come up and accept the proclamation, and then we'll roll up this banner that was made in a hurry. All the projects were stopped by Mesaba Sign Company because they want to make sure they got this done by Tuesday night. So, Councilor Paulson, as your team comes forward, Councilor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. Girls, I just wanted to add to you, now that you're personally right here in front of me, this is even better. I just love each and every one of you girls. You just touch my heart. I loved getting to know all of you. You put your hearts on that court. You're so kind to each other. You encourage each other. And it's just so wonderful to see the combination of all of the communities that form Rockridge come together, and the amazing team spirit. Your coaches are amazing. You encourage. Just with all of you here, just being here, it's a testimony to this community. So I just want to say thank you all, and I'm not going to go home with my eyes dried tonight for sure. So congratulations again.
Y'all want to come and stand behind? Everybody can get a photo. Everybody? You all good? Smile. My goodness.
Oh, just thanks for everything. Okay. And the building really has made a difference, and Mr. Prosen and I have been involved right from the start of that. And we couldn't have done it without the city help.
That's for
And site work, preparation, and resurfacing the courts, and other things that the city has done to help keep the building in tip-top shape. We are greatly appreciative. So thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Pritton, very much.
After our building went up, you don't have any idea how much the city put into it and helped us out with it. Thank you. And these girls are amazing.
Once again, thank you very much, and thanks for coming, and we're very, very proud of all of you. Once again, one more big round of applause. That was exciting, very heartfelt. Wow. Okay, we'll move to item 4 on the agenda, which is a public forum. Before you get up to come and speak, I'm going to have a couple of announcements to make here. First of all, that as you move forward with the council agenda, we're going to be talking about the city business itself. We're not going to be talking about the levy today. We're not going to be talking about the budget today in session here. We're going to be having a special meeting, which we'll be setting at this council meeting for another budget meeting, and or later on after the presentations are made here, then anyone would like to speak in the public forum. We'll have some additional information for you, where we're at now and how we're moving forward to make some additional adjustments to the levy moving forward. So that being said, I ask that we all have a professional decorum as we speak before the council meeting today. We try to do the same. I want to make sure that we each get an opportunity to speak and then somebody answer the question. The last meeting we had got out of control, and there was some bantering back and forth that were really not professional. And this is not an environment in which we have unprofessional conduct. We don't conduct ourselves in this way. Our citizens don't conduct themselves in that way. And so if you have a question or concern or comment or anything that you're going to present to the council is things we all take in, all your suggestions, and depending upon what that issue is, it'll go to the appropriate level of management, to the committee or the budget, in order to accomplish and take into account and vet all those suggestions moving forward. So that being said, I would invite anybody who would like to come before the council meeting tonight to maybe speak. I was remiss. Mr. Lency, if you just have a seat for a moment, please.
Sure.
I was remiss, and thank you, Brian, for reminding me. It was a big mistake. We need to say the Pledge of Allegiance, so I'd like everybody to stand and join me in that. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our legal team does a lot for us. This is just one of them. So, thank you, Brian. Okay, once again, please state your name for the record and welcome to the council meeting.
Greg Lindsay. I just want to congratulate the team again for the state. Awesome job. I'm going to run through just a list. This was from Dana, and it is our debt monitor list of all the bonds. So we have 16 bonds that are still on the books for Virginia, and they start off at 2011 at $16.5 million, $3.1 million, $1.4 million, $1.4 million, $1 million, $3.4 million, $13 million, $312,000. Now that brings us to 2020, when everything changed. We initiated a bond for $20 million for the miners building. And that same year, we initiated another $5 million bond. Our bond rating dropped in 2020 from AA to triple B rating. It dropped that year. And after that year, we initiated $7.5 million, $21 million, $2.9 million, $7.2 million, $9 million, and $570,000, which brings us today. And in that 4-year time period, our bond rating dropped from AA to what it is today, AAA 3 or whatever it is, the lowest rating and still have a rating. So this debt is driving our levy. So if you zero out your general fund, no increase at all, this is going to go up 9.66%, almost double digits, just to pay our debt on these bonds. And they're overlapping and overlapping and overlapping, and they're never ending. They don't go away. You're stretching for bonds into the future. You're going to bond again tonight. And when that doesn't work, then you get suppliers that'll finance you, like the camera system and the John Deere grader. So when you can't bond for it, or you don't feel comfortable bond for it, you get suppliers to loan us the money, basically. There's no other word for it. This levy, even though some of these drop away, there will be about $1.3 million dropping away, and that'll be at the end of next year. That's just a fraction of what the bond that we owe here. And as you keep bonding and bonding and bonding, it's just layering, and never going away. So there's no indication to any of the taxpayers that this is going to resolve itself at all. No indication. You know, you all say you have good intentions, and Gary and I talked about this, that, yeah, everybody's concerned about it. Nobody's saying that this council's not concerned about this. But being concerned about it and actually taking steps are two different things. I mean, action has to be taken. And John Scooby said it plainly. These little chipping away deals aren't going to cut it. That'll never bring us out of this hole. That general fund, and this is manageable. We can take a 0% levy and cut that down and actually reduce that 10% that's going on to our tax bill today. And also, I just want to remind you that you still have the county portion in Rock Ridge, although I've heard Rock Ridge had some state mistakes and their levy is coming way down. That's what I heard. But it doesn't help our matter. If you look at it just as the city's debt, it's huge. So a 10% levy on a house that's worth, $500,000, it's easy to figure out the numbers of what that increase is going to be. And the people that are being affected greatly by this are the exact same homes that we want to encourage to come to town. We want new homes. We want new families. We want those nice developments. That's what everybody wants. That's what our kids want. They don't want to live in a house like I have. They want a nice, beautiful home like they have in Mountain Iron and up in Fairview and College Park. That's what everybody wants, and that's what we got to encourage. So our actions are actually discouraging that by increasing that levy to the point where people just say, yeah, maybe I can afford to pay this, but I'm not gonna pay it. It's wasting my money that I work for my whole life. And it also affects the bottom end of the scale too. It's just proportional. So the little old lady that's getting by on a small Social Security from her widowed husband that's paying $200 or $300 a year in property taxes, if hers goes up $100, it's just a proportional increase that she can't take either. So it affects every spectrum of this scale in a negative way. It's not encouraging building commercial, residential in any way. It's just discouraging it. And we have to turn it around. We have to. You can't just say that, God, we need to fix that street, so we got to do the whole street. And in the past, dug a hole in the middle of the street like we did at Julianne Street. They patched that 20-foot piece, filled it in, and away we went. So if we can scale back, get rid of some of these bonds, let them drop off, it'll help greatly. But to keep increasing it, it's a big deal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lenzi. This is the same information that was disseminated on Tuesday at the budget meeting, the same information that was disseminated last week. We do have the email that was sent out with all the numbers were associated with that. This is something we discussed at the budget meeting. This is something we'll continue to discuss at the budget meeting, but I'm just going to say one thing, and then we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, and that is that we have bonds that preceded us. Our bond rating was lower. We didn't have enough money to bond in 2006. Things improve from time to time. It's a give and take moving forward. And you have to invest in our community. You have to invest in the infrastructure, roads, and the streets. And you have to do it in a manner that's going to provide the safety, security, and health of this community. So when you talk about, when you visit the fire chief and indicated to the fire chief that you're a burden on this community, or you talk to the police department and say, well, we don't need you anymore because we want to go see the sheriff's department because they might be cheaper. Investigate the sheriff's department to do law enforcement work. So that's eliminating the police department. So those are things to be considered. Those are things to be discussed. We take whatever you say, and we don't just file it away and throw it in file 13. We discussed at the budget meeting. What's in the best interest? What can be done? What's behind the scenes? What are the requirements? How can we do that? How we can work together for a common goal? And I'm going to talk about that at the end of this council meeting as well. So we're well aware of that. We're well aware of what the bond issues are. We live in this community as well. But investing in your community is one thing. Trying to manage your bond debt is another. We've had bond debt ever since the city's been in existence. And we have more bond debt now than we had before, less bond debt we had in 2006. The issue here, you peel away the onion, is one thing. The property taxes that are in this community that have to be borne by not only business, but primarily the residents, is a problem. It is a concern. It's something we're working on, trying to get taken care of. So by reducing the levy, by cutting out all these expenses, by eliminating employees, those kind of things, is a short-term fix. It's the long-term bond that has to be managed, and that's what we're trying to do, and we'll continue to try to do that. So thank you for your comments, Mr. Lenzi. Let's move on to the next item on the agenda. Want to come forward? Please state your name for the record, and welcome to the council meeting.
Carolyn Tuttle.
Jean Blevins.
Good evening.
Good evening. Usually I watch this is loud. Usually I watch the council meeting at home, and so I can sit on my couch in my PJs and be comfortable. But today I thought was a good day to come and spread some positivity. Oh, maybe it was a real good choice. But the girls' team really added to the positive tonight. But what we're here for is to talk about the Pan-Continental Curling event that took place at the ETMEC this from the 19th to the 26th. I attended the opening and 5 matches, and I truly enjoyed the experience and was very impressed with the professionalism of the teams. This was a very big event. So kudos to the ITMEC and their employees. I've lost my place. Oh, shoot. And for all the hard work and attention to details prior to and during the event. As per usual, the facility was clean, well-kept, and professional looking. Thanks to Jim, Bree, and Brian, and his newfound career as an announcer. Thanks to Britt, Larry, and others. And Jen. Oh, sorry, I forgot Jen. And thanks to, we're fortunate to have the ITMEC and its workers in our town, and hopefully we'll have more opportunities to have events like this in the future. Jean's going to talk to you about the volunteerism because that was her thing.
Thank you, Carolyn. Jean?
Yeah, well, I'm here to talk about the volunteer part and the opportunity to be a volunteer at an event of this magnitude was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. The interaction with the participants was amazing. They were so fun, they were engaging. One of the girls from Thailand in her broken English said, "Everybody here's so nice." And being a volunteer, there was always somebody coming by. Do you need anything? Can we get you anything? I had a conversation with Artie, and she was talking about how the event came to be here. And she said that the organizers said it's very rare to get a venue that's this great. She said usually they say the ice is great, the locker rooms are terrible. Or the locker rooms are great, the ice is terrible. Here, they had no complaints. They said everything was wonderful. So I'm proud that we have the ITMEC here, that we have the opportunity to bring about events of this caliber and to make them a reality. And just the opportunity to volunteer was awesome. You didn't have to know anything about curling to be a volunteer. There were things you could do. And I learned a lot about curling, but I also learned about the camaraderie between foreign countries and the USA volunteers and the organizers. It was amazing. So thank you for bringing it here.
Thank you, Jean. Yeah, well, just a few more comments at the end of the agenda. Thank you very much for coming in. Thank you for those positive comments. You were one of over 700 volunteers that took part in this so as well. So thank you so much. And we have in our audience today, Bree Coughlin, who is our marketing director. She'll probably be giving some comments as well as we move forward. So if you'd like to do it now, instead of waiting until the end for comments from staff, you're welcome to do it right now. And boy, what a snazzy outfit you got there with USA Curling, huh?
Thank
Very
you
nice.
for USA Curling for this beautiful.
Please, your name for the record and welcome.
Yep, Bree Coughlin, the sales and marketing coordinator over at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center. Wasn't planning on making any comments about the United States Steel Pan-Continental Curling Championships, but since I was actually just here for the item I have on the agenda, but that's okay. It was wonderful. We've got nothing but fantastic feedback. Friday night was Canada versus United States. Unfortunately, it was a hard loss on that one, but the stands were packed. It was like Hibbing versus Virginia all over again in my high school hockey days. So it was wonderful. The volunteers were absolutely incredible. Working alongside USA Curling and World Curling was fantastic. I always say our only constant is change in the building. We can count on things changing. And we really had it down to a science. Working with USA Curling was fantastic. We hope everybody was able to get there for at least one match because it was quite phenomenal to see everybody in the building from different countries just doing their thing and having fun, and it was wonderful.
Thank you, Bree. Any other citizen like to get up and speak? You're welcome to do so at this time. Please turn the light on to green if you would, sir. And then please state your name for the record and welcome to the council meeting.
Robert Edstrom.
Mr. Edstrom?
As per our phone call last week on getting our alleys finished this year, I don't understand why you didn't call me back. Somebody else called me back and give me a song and dance about, oh, they didn't finish the alley because they're waiting for settling in the alley. Well, that doesn't make sense to anybody that's worked construction. Because if you were going to let it settle, you'd let it settle before you put any pavement down, not half of it. It doesn't make any sense at all. And I'm tired of the song and dance. I haven't said anything for 4 months. I've been paying for a garage I can't get into for 4 months. When the work was done in 2 weeks. Nobody's done any work in that alley for 3.5 months. And I can't get it paved, but I see the new city safety building got their pavement, and the fire department and ambulances aren't even in there yet. But they have pavement. They didn't have to wait for the ground to settle. So I guess it's just not your bonding that has issues. Your other departments have issues on completing things. And it's my opinion that if you hire a company that can't fill their contract, I'd never hire them again. Thank you.
Well, Mr. Edstrom, first of all, when we had that conversation, I went down to the staff. The staff was instructed to give you a call back and get the information to you, number one. Number two, there was an email that was sent out by SCH, our engineer of record. And in the alleys there where your aprons are high and you can't get into the garage, initially, they were going to try to fix that for you a little bit. They usually let the first coat settle, and then the following year, they put the second coat on based upon how much infrastructure they had to put in, okay? Number one.
And that's what they did at the public safety building, right?
No.
I watched them pave that on a Saturday afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
All at one shot. Boom, done.
This is an alley project where there was a lot of new infrastructure that had to be dug up, and had to be dug up a little deeper. So if you just bear with me for a moment, I know that you're upset, and I know this is a concern for you. And it's a concern for your neighbors. It's a concern for all of us. So our SCH, this engineer of record, indicated, and this was a motion that was made by Councilor Johnson, supported by the staff moving forward, to get the second coat of pavement on those places in the alley. And so it's the general contractor is done, but the bituminous work is not. And they're trying to get it done before the snow flies. So the email, which we will give you a copy of, says that in the alleyway area, they are going to try to get a second coat on the alleyway to prevent you from having to not be able to get in your garage, number one. Number two, if that's not feasible, they're going to put a temporary apron up there so that you can get into your garage. So it is going to be done, sir. It's going to be done.
I have an apron. Problem is my rear tires aren't near the apron when the front tires are clearing the threshold. That's the problem. My tires are still in the alley, which is 4 inches lower than my apron.
Yes, that is correct. And it is with a lot of your neighbors that are in the alley as well.
Yeah. The next alley.
That is correct. And I've been seeing half a dozen of your neighbors over the last week with respect to that. Brought them a copy of this email. We could certainly provide that to you. We're going to try to get that resolved for you.
All I want is it fixed.
I know you do.
And it should have been done at one time. I've done road construction myself. This half pavement is BS. I haven't ever seen a highway half paved and next year they come and finish it.
This is what we've done for years. They let the tar, the bituminous, after digging it all up, putting the new infrastructure, let that settle, and then put the second coat in the following year. We do that with almost every one of our street projects. We've done that for years. I understand your concern. We will address it for you and get that taken care of. And I appreciate you coming to the council meeting. I know you're upset, and we're going to get that resolved for you.
If you don't cure it, I will.
Excuse me?
If you don't cure it, I will.
We'll take care of it. We will.
I'll be waiting.
Okay.
Not long.
Well, we'll get what you can, and I'll make sure that Jim Rosvick talks to you. Matt Reed from SCH will come to your house and talk to you. I called them up. So you call me. I get the information from you. If I can't provide that information for you, I find the staff person or the contractor or the engineer that can provide you that information. And I asked staff to have them call you. That's why I didn't call you back. They called you back because they could give you the best answer. I can't. Okay, thank you. Thank you, sir. Okay.
Mayor?
Yes.
Thank you.
Councilor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. So I also had a resident reach out to me, and I directed them to Britt regarding the alley situation. So do we have a definitive answer for the neighbors? One of the other concerns was the garbage cans are still on, I think they were on 7th and 3rd. It's that alley in that neighborhood that the resident approached me over. And so Britt said they were working on it. I sent her I forwarded Britt's text to me, to the resident. But I just want to know if we have anything definitive.
We do, and I'll have Pam send you a copy of the email that was sent out by Matt Reed from SCH indicating that they were going to get the subcontractor in there to fix that, to put that second coat on there.
And is that Mesabi bituminous?
Well, they're the only game in town right now, yeah, and they have a schedule, and they're scheduled way ahead of time. This public safety building bituminous was scheduled last year, okay? So
So have we called Mr. Nemnich and asked him?
well,
Can do
Matt
that?
Reed, there's an email, we'll send it to you. Matt Reed from SCH is going to take care of it
Okay.
with Mesaba bituminous.
I just want, and then how about the garbage cans? Are they gonna go, that was one of the big questions, because then there's not gonna be enough room because calendar parking starts November 1.
Yeah, and some of the alleys have already moved the garbage cans back into the alley. They'll continue to do that once they address the issues associated with the inability for Mr. Edstrom and others to get into the garage.
Okay, so I just wanted the
Yeah.
public to understand that we are working on it, but hopefully they will have either, yes, it's gonna be done, or no, we'll do the apron.
Yeah, and I'll make sure that Pam sends you a
Okay,
forward email.
thank you.
I know it's just, the email is just the communication to show that they are going to do it. Yeah, she's not in, but it'll be, yeah. Well, Matt Reed. Well, we'll get you an answer for you, sir. We'll get somebody to come and talk to you. I'll talk to Matt Reed tomorrow, get you a copy of that directive that they're going to do something.
That's how I found out that the alley wasn't going to be finished. Years back in the alley. Why would you do that unless you're not going to work on it?
Well, the main contractor, the general contractor is done. Now, the secondary subcontractor, the bituminous work has to be done yet as well. So please stay tuned just for a little while longer. Appreciate that. Thank you. Counselor Johnson?
Mr. Edstrom, I'm living your hell. I want you to know that. It's very challenging. I live on 9th Street. I have to have 2x4s in front of my apron so I can get up. So I can assure you that I have personally been trying to figure it out, and I'm as frustrated as you are because the answers we're getting are not firm. They're not, yes, it's going to be done. It's, we're going to try. So know that you've been heard. Well, there's no passing the buck. We physically can't do it. I can't go out and lay bituminous. I'm not capable of it. I don't have those skills. So it is, we are putting as much pressure on the folks as we can. But there is a contract in place as well, and so we're trying to find the balance between that. My concern for our city equipment is the plows hitting your apron, my apron, that have a 6-inch gap. So know that it is more in person. Absolutely. So you have been heard, and we are working on it.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else who would like to speak before we move on to the next item on the agenda? Please come forward, turn your light on to green, and please state your name for the record, and welcome to the City Council meeting.
Thank you. My name is Carrie Washke-Colley, resident business owner. Forgive me, this isn't my wheelhouse. I've got some written notes here so that I can kind of keep my thoughts organized. But I want to publicly congratulate the Rockridge girls tennis team. I'll probably start crying here, but this community is so proud of their accomplishments, and I hope they feel that love. And I hope that they remember that feeling forever. We were part of the 1989 team. There are not many high school teams that get that experience that they have, so it's truly special. Their hard work and dedication has paid off, and we should, and I'm very thankful and appreciative that you are celebrating that for them. The community pride and celebration is what we need more of. We live, work, and play in a wonderful area with a lot of wonderful people. We've got so much to be thankful for. It's really the only home I know, and I understand that we all must work together for its continued success. I'm not here on a personal pursuit. I'm not here to create drama or make personal or professional attacks. I'm here because this council needs support and encouragement. As far as I understand, the City of Virginia's finances has never been at a more critical stage. I'm not here to tell you something you don't already know. You've got a hard job ahead, and we need to get it right, and we need to get it right now. No matter the amount, I know that it's gotten hard for every resident and every business in this city to justify their property taxes. Personally, our homesteaded property taxes went up 39% from 2023 to 2024. Also aggravating is that if you plopped our home into Unity Edition just 5 miles away, our property taxes would be half. I know we're not alone, but we must ask why. I'm not here representing the City of Virginia taxpayers, but everybody here is. I'm here to express concern. I hear it every single day, and I'm sure you do too. 2 years ago, we sat here seeking solutions as the proposed levy was being determined. Now we're here in what seems to be the same situation. Are our property taxes going to go up another 39% next year? It's a very scary proposition. During the last meeting, I appreciated the council extending an invitation to attend the Finance or Budget Committee to be able to provide further input. I'm sorry I wasn't able to attend that meeting, but I want to better understand the situation, so I will certainly do my best to attend the next one. I do respect that you all have a tough job. I don't know what type of support and resources you utilize to be able to make these big decisions. There are numerous stakeholders that you need to appeal and to engage with. I do understand the complexity and wouldn't expect you all to have the answers. I'd imagine you need to rely on others to help you navigate, but I'd ask you to dig deep, ask the tough questions, and be open to ideas. Lean into residents, lean into businesses that share that same vision. Bottom line is the City of Virginia needs your leadership now more than ever. We need to change the trajectory of the city's business. We need to resolve the situation for a viable future. Residents and businesses can't continue to bear the burden. Residents and businesses will find alternatives. Residents and businesses won't continue to invest here, they won't locate here, and they will leave here. We don't want that to happen. I would surmise that you don't either. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, Councilor Motley.
I just want to say, Carrie, thank you for coming and voicing your concerns. I 150% agree with you completely. So you are being heard. I hear you, and I know that's big for you to come up here and speak your concerns, so I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. Okay, anyone else would like to address the council before we move to the next item on the agenda, which would be the consent agenda? Councilor Beyondich.
Thank you. When do we always have our budget meeting at the second committee of the whole of the month? So that would be the third Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning. Bring your coffee. But it is a chance for everybody to have a voice, and that's kind of why I wanted that meeting to happen, so people can come and speak and ask questions and understand. So that's when the meeting will happen. Thank you.
And if I may, I did talk to our city administrator today, and did mention to our city clerk that maybe we should move the budget meeting up another week and have one committee of the whole meeting on November the 4th at 7:30. So I'll be asking for that motion later on down in the agenda, but we could certainly make that motion right now if you wish to do so. I
will
think
make
it's
that
important
motion.
for us to do that. A motion by Councilor Beyondich to set the budget meeting for 7:30 a.m. on November the 4th, which is a Tuesday of our first committee of the whole meeting in November. Is there support for that? Support by Counselor Friedlieb. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing, Counselor Bachschnider.
Thank you. I will support this, and I'm happy you guys can meet. I will be out of town and will be missing the budget meeting and the committee of the whole that day. Thank you.
Yeah, but I know that you always have your thumb on the pulse of that because you do your due diligence in that regard. So we'll miss your comments, but I'm sure once that meeting's over, you'll provide us in this. Okay, thank you. Very good. Yeah, thank you. So it has been moved and supported to set a budget meeting. It's for 7:30 a.m. Tuesday, November 4th, here in the council chambers. It's been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. Moving on to number 5 on the agenda, which is the consent agenda. The following items will be enacted by one motion unless a councilor or a citizen of the City of Virginia requests that the item be considered separately. Item 5.1 is the approval and correction of the minutes of the October 14th, 2025 council meeting. Item 5.1B, the approval and correction of the minutes of the October 16th, 2025 special meeting. Item 5.2 is the adoption of Finance Resolution Number 25-020, the schedule of bills. Item 5.3 is approve the following travel budgeted requests. Item 5.3A, Brianna Coughlin, Sales and Marketing Coordinator, to attend the Duluth Wedding Show on Saturday, January 10th, 2026, in the amount of $1,256.40. And finally, on the consent agenda, item 5.4, approve the pay estimate number 17 to Kraus Anderson in the amount of $544,107.36 for the Public Safety Center project. These are the consent agendas before the council today. Looking for council action.
I will move the consent agenda.
Councilor Johnson moves to approve the consent agenda. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Freely. Is there further discussion? Councilor Paulson.
I would like to pull item 5.2.
Okay. Okay, item 5.1, 5.3, 5.4, there's a motion to support. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed. Motion carries. Item 5.2, the adoption of Finance Resolution Number 25-020, the schedule of bills. Councilor Paulson.
I just need to recuse from that vote because I am in the schedule of bills for a pass-through grant from the IRRB for demo money.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Paulson has a conflict with respect to schedule of bills as a result of some funding from the IRRB, which is in this packet. All those in favor of approving 5.2 signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. One recusal. Thank you. Item 6. Councilor Johnson made a motion.
I will make a motion.
Motion by Councilor Beyondich. Is there support? By Councilor Freely. Further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 5, on item 6, appearances. There's no one scheduled to appear before the council today. So moved to item number 7, unfinished business. Item 7.1, Mesabi Humane Society Animal Control Contract. This is an ongoing negotiations for animal control for the Mesabi Humane Society. We do have some news with respect to some movement with respect to payment, and I would defer to our city attorney, Brian Lindsay, for an update. Brian?
Thank you, Mayor. So the good news, the update that we have, it sounds like St. Louis County has agreed that they would reimburse the city for those cat properties, the animals attributable to their tax foreclosed property.
And around it's a $29,000 bill that was set back in the day. So the county is going to pay that because it was a county tax forfeited property. We have been working closely with the county to try to get it accomplished. And thanks to their land department and 6th District Commissioner Keith Nelson was the one who put this forward to make sure that they took a responsibility for that. So we appreciate that very much. Councilor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to thank Commissioner Keith Nelson. I had reached out to him 2 weeks ago, and we were discussing the property and the issue with the hoarding house. And he said that he would look into seeing if he had any discretionary funds still available, and it worked its way through that he must have gotten those funds together and approved that expenditure. So I just wanted to take a minute and say thank you very much to Commissioner Keith Nelson for being supportive and providing the funding for the city to pay this invoice.
Okay, thank you, thank you. And so we're continuing to move forward. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. Brian has another engagement. Thank you, Brian. Okay, well,
Since this is a,
Councilor Bachschnider.
thank you, since this is a pass-through, and they would be reimbursing us, I'm assuming we would need a motion to pay the bill, is that correct?
Well, we could, but I didn't want to have the motion made until we had that check in hand, but you're welcome to make that motion.
I would move to approve the payment to Masabi Humane Society and our outstanding balance.
Okay, Councilor Bachschnider makes a motion to pay the balance of the bill that was submitted back in April by the Humane Society. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Beyondich. Further discussion? Councilor Johnson.
Mayor, I have to agree with you that I'm not comfortable until we have the money from them, so I will not be supporting this payment at this time.
Well, thank you. We have a motion on the floor, so is there any further discussion?
Mayor?
Yes. First Pam, then over to Councilor Motley. Pam?
We could amend the motion contingent upon receiving the payment from the county.
Are you amenable?
If we don't have the bill paid, what is there to reimburse? Don't we have to pay the bill first so they can reimburse us? No? So because it's invoiced, okay, then I am amenable to amending the motion contingent upon receiving funds from the county.
Okay, so the motion by Councilor Bachschnider is to move to pay the outstanding bill to the Masabi Humane Society contingent upon receiving payment from St. Louis County. And the support is standing as well. Okay, moved and supported. Further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 8.1, adopt a resolution to approve the hire replacement of 2 heavy equipment operators for the city.
So moved.
Move to approve by Councilor Johnson. Is there support?
I'll support.
Support by Councilor Freely. Further discussion. First, we'll go to Councilor Bachschnider.
Thank you. I will not be supporting filling these 2 positions as I believe this is an opportunity for attrition and cost-saving measures for the city. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Councilor Motley.
I echo Counselor Bachschnider.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Beyondich.
Thank you. I would like to ask Mr. Rosvet what these 2 positions, what their duties are, and how it will affect if we need to do the plowing or any of the road work during the winter months that's coming up.
If you're looking for an answer, Mr. Rosser, we're certainly not going to get that. It's unfortunate this evening. So there's a motion on the floor in support to hire these 2 heavy equipment operators, which are replacements for, and technically in the budget at this point in time. If we're looking for some additional information, additional answers prior to making a vote, we could certainly table to the next committee of the whole meeting. That's an option. But there is a motion on the floor in support to hire. Any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please.
Johnson?
Aye.
Motley?
No.
Paulson?
Aye.
Beyondich? Bachschnider?
No.
Friedlieb?
Aye.
Huffy?
Aye. Motion passes 5-2. Thank you. Item 8.2, Councilor Motley.
Was Counselor Beyondich a no? Oh, you were yes? Okay, sorry, I didn't hear that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Counselor Beyondich?
Thank you. I will have a conversation with Mr. Rosvet as to what the duties are. And I believe in some of these cases, we are not hiring fully staffed. We are able to cut through attrition on some of the positions that have been asked for. So I will go ahead with it because I feel we need it for the plowing in the streets coming up for winter.
You know, and I think in our budget process, we've been looking at not hiring any new positions and no positions that are considered to be non-essential. These positions are budgeted. They're replacing those who have left, and so it leaves that void. And so it's in the budget for this year. It's technically continues to be the budget item for the level of service that we have with them. And so whatever that is, these are replacements for that. I think we've all discussed about not hiring any new positions and taking a look at the non-essential positions if that's necessary moving forward. And as you indicated, Councilor Beyondich, trying to do those things through attrition and other avenues where other positions might be available. So thank you for that. Councilor Motley.
Yes, in support, thank you, Counselor Beyondich. With supporting attrition across the city, another reason I am a no for this is a taxpayer who came and spoke 2 weeks ago. I also hear you and you're speaking your concerns about making people work harder with less. So I support you, I hear you, and this is also a no vote for you. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. Item 8.2 is adopt the resolution authorizing the issuance, sale, and delivery of $370,000 general obligation sewer revenue bond series 2025C. These are revenue bonds that are for the sewer camera in order to help accomplish the things that we need to do to alleviate and investigate the problems we have with the flooding and those kind of things for sewer repairs. Now, that camera is going to be paid for and not through a general obligation bond, normal one. It's going to come out of the sewer fund. So every year, the revenue comes in from the sewer revenue that the residents pay, and then a portion of that comes out. We have the fund in the sewer fund, which is an enterprise fund, and that is paid for out of the sewer fund. So that's how that works. So that's, I think, it in a nutshell. So we'll go for further discussion. Councilor Paulson.
Mayor, so I was not here last week as I was down at state tennis. Was this discussion had at the committee of the whole?
It was.
Councilor Bachschnider shaking her head no.
No, it was not. That's why it's under.
Well, not this last committee, what we talked about. Well, I apologize for that. Was for the grader.
So my question
So I
is,
apologize for that. Go ahead.
how don't we normally have to go to the committee of the whole before we put it on the council agenda? Isn't that what we moved for that? Is that correct or am I wrong?
It is correct.
Because so what our original resolution was to do the Huntington lease. And now this is a general obligation sewer revenue bond. And I understand, Pam, you and I talked before. I need to know the ramifications of saying yes to a general obligation revenue bond, even though it is coming from the sewer fund. I just need to understand if that changes the city's bond rating. And because we did not have that conversation, I am concerned. I voted yes because we were told we had the money in the sewer fund to make the payment on the lease, and I know you worked really hard on that, and I understand what happened. I feel like we had an audit situation, or the underwriter went to our auditor, asked some questions, maybe wasn't satisfied with that, so I'm not sure if they turned the lease down.
Can explain a little more, Mayor, if that's.
Am I talking too much? But
no,
I guess I just, I really want to be mindful of those residents that are here and telling us, imploring us and asking us to be mindful in all of our decisions going forward during this time. And I understand it's not going to increase our debt levy, but when we take out a GO bond, which is a general obligation bond, I do need to understand before I can support this if it will impact our bond rating in the future. And I'm sorry, Mayor, I just.
No, understandably
I-
so. Please,
After
continue.
hearing everybody, I'm thinking about this, and if there wasn't a discussion on it, I'm just super concerned that it didn't go to a committee of the whole first, because that's normally what our procedures are. And I guess I'll just let you guys have more discussion, but that's kind of how I feel right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Paulson. Pam, and then we'll go over to Counselor Buckschneider. Pam?
Thank you, Mayor. So Counselor Bachschneider had asked about the resolution because we had previously passed one in July to approve the lease with Huntington. And as you recall, when we were going through the process, after the lease was approved to purchase the camera, then the checking became more prominent on the audit and things like that. So once that was reviewed by Huntington, the underwriters from Huntington did not approve the lease agreement because of the
Collateral.
unassigned negative balance on the audit. So once that was done, then I believe Britt contacted Freiberger or discussed more with Huntington on the process. So this is actually considered a revenue note, which it's still the same process. We are going through Huntington for the bond or the note. It's called the GO revenue bond according to the resolution. But the money will be paid for, the bond will be paid for from the sewer fund as originally planned. So it's not going to affect the levy or any of the debt service there. And when I talked to Huntington, the only reason Freiberger was involved because they actually did the official attorney language for the resolution, but the money will still be going, or the payments will still be going to Huntington. The camera is here. We put $75,000 down as a payment from the sewer fund. And I believe the finance director, Bothwell, could attest to what's in the sewer fund and how that will be able to generate enough revenue to make the payments. So basically, after they reviewed the audit, the underwriters said no to the lease, but once they looked at the sewer revenue, they agreed that that would be the option to go and do the process through this bond or note.
Thank you, Pam. That clarifies a few things. Counselor Bachschneider?
Thank you, Mayor. I think my big concern with this overall is just the process, right? We approved on July 22nd the purchase of the camera, the purchase of the lease, and then the camera has since arrived, and now we're finding out that we couldn't get approved for the lease, and we have to do this bond. When we were told that we had the funds, this wouldn't be an issue. And this gives me a lot of heartburn because we are continually asked to trust our staff. And when we do, I do that in good faith and good intention. And so I'm confused as to what happened and to now why we're being asked to take out a bond after it's arrived, because this puts us in a really sticky situation. Because if we say no, then what happens, right? Like we can't just, I'm assuming, return the camera. Like that's not an option. So we are totally backed in the corner on this. And is it truly not an option to do the lease like we've already approved? And so that's where I just get really bad heartburn is about the process. And if it comes down to it, I think in future conversations, if we are leasing, we should approve the lease and then have staff go behind the scenes, get that approval, and once that approval is there, approve the purchase. I think that we are doing too many things at once when we don't have the means to do so, and that's just my personal opinion. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor Bachschnider. So we don't know how much money is in our sewer fund right now. There was some discussion about, do you know how much money we have in our sewer fund at this point in time? We didn't want to deplete it, so that was the route that was considered. Megan?
Yeah, at this point, we have a really healthy sewer fund. It is the one fund that is very healthy. At the unaudited end of September, we have about $2 million in that fund.
Yeah, we have $2 million in our sewer fund, so.
We do have the reserve for it. We just don't have the cash for it.
So, Counselor Bachschnider?
Thank you, and I do appreciate that. The one thing that I just want to correct is, Mayor, you had said this was an option that we were considering, but it wasn't. This is what we approved. This is the resolution that we approved. It's not what we were considering.
Before we approved it, that's what we considered. That's why we approved it.
Correct, but then once we approved it, I was working under the assumption that that is just how it would be and how it would go, and it's not. And so that's why I think I'm just confused on an overall process piece of what happened and how can we avoid that in the future.
Yeah, understandable. Pam, and then we'll all ask for consideration of other action. Pam?
Thank you, Mayor. So as you recall, I did bring this to the council's attention at a meeting, I think in August, where they were reviewing the audit and that we could possibly not get the lease. But then when Britt and our auditor discussed with Huntington, this is the plan they came up with. I'm not sure exactly if Britt called Ms. Thibodeau to discuss going forward with this.
From Freiberger?
What?
Yeah.
Yes, from Freiberger. And then Mr. Schatz from Huntington. So I was not involved in the discussions after that. And there was an email on October 16th from Maya Thibodeau regarding this. And it is basically called a note. General Obligation Revenue Note. I can forward this email to everybody if you'd like. Megan had also got it. I wasn't here, so I wasn't aware of what was actually going on at this point. All I know is that the resolution came about today, and after it was in the packet, and after Counselor Bachschnider asked, then I did contact Huntington, and they did send me a breakdown of the final numbers with the payments and what would be due each month. So I gave everybody a copy of that, or each year, I should say, and it is the same. It's 7 years. The rate was a little better at 4.2, and the payments are around $61,000, and that would be coming from the sewer fund, just as it was for the lease. It just has a different name.
Okay.
Rather than lease, it's a note or a bond.
Okay, thank you. Well, seeing as there's lots of concerns with respect to this and a process issue as a result of this, that, and we do have the camera in play, we're going to have to figure that out, which we'll be able to do, I think, but maybe moving it for additional discussion to the next committee of the whole meeting might be something to consider if everybody's uncomfortable, and then figure out what we're going to do and then make a motion moving forward. There's $2 million in the sewer fund. You take the money out of the sewer fund in one big lump sum or not? So how does that work? I think we have to have the answer to that. So, Counselor Paulson.
Thank you. So so in listening to how things kind of went down, we were never told that we weren't approved for the lease. No one from staff told the council that we got declined. Am I correct in saying that? So this council was unaware that staff was continuing to work on a bond with a bond counsel, which is Freiberger Buchanan, which we will have to pay on top of that. Then does you're saying note, in one word, it's a note, but then under the resolution, it says general obligation sewer revenue bond. And I would assume that if they are, they've done bonds for us in the past, Mia Thibodeau has always been here to explain them. So the fact that they weren't here to even explain this or go through has me concerned. And Pam, this isn't I'm just looking at you like, because I'm just having the conversation here. But when they go to sell that bond, are they making money? Is the sale of that bond, is someone making money off the sale of that bond? Like, I understand we have the money to make the payments, whether it's a lease or a bond, but if we're going out for a general obligation bond, is that going to further impact the city of Virginia's credit rating? And that's those questions I would direct directly to our bond counsel, Freiberger Buchanan, to ask that, because this is only $365,000, and I would absolutely hate to jeopardize anything going forward with bonding for such a small amount. And I hope, like, I understand we have the money to make the payments over the course of the time. And that it's not the debt levy, it's not increasing that, it'll come directly from the sewer fund. And the sewer fund is very healthy. It's just the fact that once the city signs on to an additional general obligation bond, is that going to change our bond rating? And the fact that we were not told, and back on October 16th, Pam, is what you had stated, I'm just really concerned. The process has me very concerned, because this council approved a lease and not a bond. And then a bond is now coming forward on tonight's agenda before even going to a committee of the whole. So, and I'm really sorry, I just really want to know what I am approving before I approve.
Understandable.
I appreciate that.
That's completely understandable. Do we have a motion on the floor at all yet? No. So, well, we'll go to Councilor Johnson first, and then we can read the resolution, and then we get a motion to take some action, which we have to do. Councilor Johnson.
I move to put this on the committee of the whole, where folks who have answers can be here.
All right, Councilor Johnson takes item number 8.2 on the agenda, which is the adopted resolution authorizing the issuance, sale, and delivery of $370,000 in general obligation sewer revenue bonds, Series 2025C, and move that to the committee of the whole agenda for some additional information and discussion. Is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Councilor Freely for discussion. Pardon? I'm sorry, I apologize. Well, you moved the table, not to move it. Okay, Councilor Johnson moved the table. You supported it.
I did not realize it was a tabling motion.
Okay, Councilor Johnson moves the table. Did you second the table? No. Okay. Is there a second to table and move it to the next committee of the whole meeting?
Can I get clarification on the tabling? Is it to table to the committee of the whole meeting?
Yes.
I will support that.
Okay, moved by Councilor Johnson and supported by Councilor Paulson to move this item 8.2 on the agenda to the committee of the whole meeting for additional information and discussion. Is there any further, no discussion here. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Move to item 8.3 on the agenda, which is adopt the resolution to allow the Rockridge Youth Hockey Association to conduct an off-site gambling raffle at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center on December 14th, 2025.
So move. Support.
Move to approve by Councilor Bachsteiner, supported by Councilor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Item 8.4 is adopt the resolution to allow the Rockridge Youth Hockey Association to conduct an off-site gambling raffle at the Iron Trail Motors Event Center on January 11th, 24th, and February 2nd, 2026.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Councilor Freely, supported by Councilor Bachschneider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay, we move to item 9, committee reports of the committee of the whole meeting in 9.1. That was held on October 21st, 2025. Item 9.1A is approved change order number 3 from Utility Systems of America for the 2024 Street and Infrastructure Alley Project, reflecting a decrease in the contract, a savings of an amount of $18,463. Move to approve by Counselor Freely, been supported by Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1B, approve change order number 1 from KGM Contractors for the 2024, 2023, 2024 street infrastructure improvement, reflecting an increase of the contract of $8,232.42.
So move.
A move to approve by Counselor Bachschnider. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Freely. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1C, approve the agreement for administration of paid family medical leave program with Madison National Life. Move to approve by Counselor Beyondich. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Motley. Further discussion, and I have some too. Counselor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a question. If anyone knows how much, is it per year? Are we doing a contract, or is it a percentage of the cases that they will handle?
Megan, Joy?
Okay.
Oh,
We're both working on this. We're going to double team it a little bit.
okay.
So it'll be, the $76,000 is an estimate based on the census that I had sent them. So it will be based on, basically it's based on pay rate. So that's, they base it on a percentage of what we submit their people's gross pay.
Okay, and
That's
then,
an estimate based on a census.
so that's that, so that 76, that's kind of based on the census that,
Yeah, at that 0.7, was it, I don't have it right in front of me, the 0.77.
okay. And then, did we add that into our 2026 budget? We did, okay,
We're
perfect.
seeing a big reduction in our short-term disability because they're kind of going to be working off of each other. So that's
Perfect.
also-
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Counselor Paulson. So part of this cost is going to be passed on, correct, to the employee as well?
We have the option of passing that. That'll be part of the contract just negotiations, or not necessarily negotiations, but there'll have to be an MOU coming in for all of our contracts because it's kind of a new thing in it, and it's dealing with the short term. So we do have the option of passing half of that cost on to.
And I think there's a state law says a 50-50 split, or we can do something
It'd be
different.
Up to 50/50.
Up to
It can't be more
50-50.
than 50.
Yeah, up to 50-50. Okay, thank you for that. Stay tuned for moving forward. Thank you. Megan, thank you, Joy. Okay, moved and supported. Further discussion, Counselor Bachschnider?
Thank you, and thank you, Joy, for answering all my emails today about this one particularly. One of the concerns that I have with outsourcing this is that it's just such a new program, and so we don't know really what the true costs are going to be, and we're working based on estimations. So if we were to do it in-house, it looks like that estimated cost would be about $85,000. If we were to use Madison Life, since they have a lower percentage, it would be about $76,000. But what I don't fully understand is why would a company do it for us for cheaper than what we can do it? Like, what are they getting out of it? Like, there has to be something that's going to end up costing us more in the long run, wouldn't you think?
Megan?
Well, I mean, it's a brand new program for everybody. So right now it's a 1-year estimate. So we're signing, it'll be a 1-year contract to be revisited. We're not signing on for more than that. And I think they're willing to take it on because it's kind of their bread and butter. They're the same company that we use for our short-term and long-term disability. So it's an easy flow for them. They already are accustomed, and it's kind of, if anybody's an expert in this, they sort of are already set up to be.
So is it an estimate or is it a lock-in price? Because I feel like those are two very different things.
So the 0.77 is the lock-in. What that comes out to be in dollars is the estimate, just based on staffing, basically. If we have less employees and are paying less payroll, it'll be less. If we have more employees and we're paying more, it'll be higher.
Okay, thank you. That's helpful. I still personally feel like that this program is just too new to make this decision, and I think that I would like to see it in-house for at least 2 quarters, if not a full year, prior to choosing to go this route. That's just my opinion. In my conversations with HR professionals, just in the region, at other municipalities, at other county organizations, it sounds like everyone's keeping it in-house and nobody's going outside. I think if everyone was going outside, I think that would make sense, but you know, I would like to see it in-house for at least 2 quarters, and that's just my preference. Thank you.
Thank you. I have one quick question before we go to Councilor Johnson. So there's an offset of cost savings because our short-term disability is going down, even though in-house would save some additional money. So do we know what that reduction in short-term disability would be to help look at what offsets that cost for contract out if we choose to do so? Do we have that? And as you're looking at, if you have it right, you have it. Thank you.
The reduction would be about half for the short term. So if we're estimating based on their number about $37,000 for next year for short term, if we were not to cut it in half, it would be cut down to about $12,500. So it literally will be that our short term will be cut in half.
Okay, thank you. Councilor Johnson.
Well, and I appreciate the conversation, and I would have to say, Councilor Bachschneider, that's exactly why we should be outsourcing this, because we have staff who are already doing a lot, and for our staff to have to learn new processes, they're probably going to be spending an equal amount of time on the phone with the people who know what they're doing. And I just think it's a more efficient use of our staff as well as financing. As with everything when it comes to personnel and payroll, everything is an estimate. There is no guarantees on anything that has to do with payroll, with taxes, with benefits. It's all an estimate every year, and we do our best to guess based on past performance, based on estimated changes. So I think that is best interest of the city and our staff time that we utilize an outside source. And once things are established, it would make more sense to pull back if we weren't getting the bang for our buck. But the amount of time this new program will consume, I think is in itself reason enough to go outsource this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Johnson. Councilor Bachschneider.
Thank you. I personally believe it's a lot easier to make a decision in the future to outsource than pull away from that outsourcing. We don't have an idea yet of what it's going to be, and I personally believe that we have staff, so we want them to do the work that we are expected to have done by a state federal guideline. So if in the future it is too much, I'm happy to have the conversation again, but for now, I am taking the approach that I think we should keep it internal. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Bachschneider. Outsourcing to a professional is something we do on a regular basis, depending upon what the need is. And I know that by not outsourcing in this particular case, it puts an additional burden on our staff, no question about that. But I believe it's worth vetting that out ahead of time and having staff carry that forward. And if it becomes a burden or a problem, then we could consider this moving forward. I think if we had a finite number, it'd be a little bit different. It'd be more palatable for me. But I think waiting a little bit longer and asking the staff for a short-term burden, additional burden for their duties and responsibilities, it's not asking too much because they're professionals. They know what they're doing. If they need some help, they can make a call and we can make that decision later on down the road if that's necessary to do so. And I would like, as well as what you indicated, Councilor Bachschneider, who else is outsourcing? Are other communities doing that or not? I don't know. So I know we did talk about it at the committee of the whole meeting and moved this here to the agenda item. So Thank you. Is there a motion on the floor in support? Okay. Any further discussion or comment? Okay.
Mayor,
Yes, Councilor Bachschnider.
sorry, one more question. If this is to pass tonight, I believe the next step is that we would have to fill out some paperwork with the state in order to get the exception to work with the outsourcer. And I believe that, is that a $500 fee as well to do that? Okay, thank you.
Thank you. It has been moved and supported to outsource this program under item 9.1C, the approval of the agreement for the administrative of paid medical family leave program with Madison National Life. It's moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Councilor Motley.
So it's cheaper to outsource than use our city staff, is that correct? Just hear what I said. It's cheaper to outsource than use our city staff. Thank you for that clarification.
Thank you, Councilor Motley. Councilor Bachschnider, retort.
Just based on estimates, not on actually anything known, it could, in the long run, be a lot more expensive, and that's just what we don't know. Thank you.
Noted, thank you.
Okay, thank you. It has been moved and supported to move forward with the lease with Madison Life for the the family leave. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motley,
Yes.
Paulson,
Aye.
Beyondich,
Aye.
Bachschnider,
No.
Friedlieb,
Aye.
Huffy,
No.
Johnson.
Aye.
The motion passes 5-2. Okay, thank you. Item 9.1D, approve the request for a curb cut at 720 North Hoover Road.
So moved.
So moved. Support.
Moved by everybody and supported by everybody. So moved by Councilor, was it Motley, or Councilor Johnson, and supported by
Freely.
Councilor Freely? Thank you. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1E, authorize staff to meet with the Minnesota Department of Transportation on behalf of the City of Virginia to discuss the road repair for 16th Street South.
So moved.
Support.
Move to approve by Councilor Johnson, supported by Councilor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 9.1F, authorize direct staff to proceed with the local partnership program, the LPP, funding application for the 16th Street South Street improvements.
So moved.
Support.
Moved by Councilor Friedlieb, supported by Councilor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1G, adopt a resolution authorizing application to the Local Road Improvement Program, which is LRIP, for the 6th Avenue portion of the 2026 to 2028 Street and Infrastructure Improvement Program.
So moved.
Move to approve by Councilor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Councilor Motley. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. I move to item 9.1H, approve the altering of the timeline for the 2028 Street Infrastructure Improvement Program of 6th Avenue West and 3rd Street South as requested and recommended by our engineering firm.
So moved.
Support.
Move to approve by Councilor Freely, been supported by Councilor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? By hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 9.1I, authorize allocating the maximum amount of state aid funding that is allowable to the 14th Avenue and 20th Street South project and allocating the remainder of the 6th Avenue portion of the 26 and 28 project in infrastructure improvement progress. So use the maximum that we can on this project. There's additional money left over, so we're going to move that to that other project.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Freely. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 9.1J, authorize staff to obtain a cost analysis for the 16th Avenue South Culvert Project and explore potential funding mechanisms.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Freely. Is there support?
Support.
By Counselor Motley. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. 9.1K, adopt the resolution authorizing entering into a professional services agreement with SEH, our engineering firm, for the 16th Avenue Culvert Project.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Freely and supported by Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by
Mayor.
saying it. I'm sorry. Counselor Beyondich.
Sorry. I know that in the past, the city has taken on culvert project around the city. Is there a reason that we are not doing this? Is this just a bigger culvert that they're putting in that SCH needs to do it or put out for it?
Well, the project was discovered outside the other projects that are scheduled. And so when they did I think the camera or the smoke testing or whatever the Public Works did, they, of course, incorporated SCH on that project, and they discovered that 16th Avenue South Culvert project. They think they need to be replaced, so we're looking for funding for that. So,
Mayor,
we're just authorizing it for cost analysis. Counselor Preetly.
just for clarification, this is right along where the northern engine area is, where they did all of that ditching, and
Yep.
it leads into the 3 culverts that go under the road as you get onto the highway. One of those 3 is already collapsed, and we don't have the equipment to be able to handle that structure.
Thank you, Councilor Friedman. The goal and objective here is to find a funding source for that. We'll get a cost analysis first and then find the funding source for it. Do we have a motion support for that? We do. Moved and supported. Further discussion, Councilor Paulson.
Mayor, so by the resolutions on page 75, so we would be engaging in this contract for professional services. Is that what we would be doing? And that would include the engineering, design, and bid, the geotechnical investigation, the bidding phase, easement. But have we approved the project to do the project? No.
No,
So-
they're exploring to determine what the cost analysis for it.
Yep, but so there's a bidding phase in here at a lump sum of $2,750, but we wouldn't be getting into the bidding phase until we approve the project, or would we? I guess I'm just trying to understand.
Well, at the
What are
commi-
we approving?
We're approving the SCH to do this, to get the cost analysis for this culvert project.
I think that's if needed. Project's approved, it's already in their estimate for services.
Okay, so, and then it's additional $40,450 to SEH to conduct this scope of work and conduct the bidding process on behalf of the city, if we choose to go forward.
And then explore the funding options that could become available for the project.
Okay, and where's the funding option for the $40,500, or $40,450? Oh, sorry, I can't.
Jenny?
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilor Paulson.
I forgot your name. I'm getting a mental block. Jenny?
Thank you. It would be coming out of the community development budget for our engineering portion that goes to SEH. And once it becomes a project, then it would be project specific and go back to that project.
And do you
wherever
have-
we get that funding from. Sorry.
Jenny, do you have the $40,450?
Part of it would come from our 2025 budget and part of it would come from the 2026 budget. And we did budget we've been trying to budget accordingly for 2026 with increased cost to that line
So I
item.
just needed to understand that. So you have budgeted for that dollar amount split in 25 and 6. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Oh, yeah, thank you, Counselor Paulson. It has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1L, authorize the submittal and application for the Minnesota Pollution Control Agency Small Communities Planning Grant for continued stormwater shed analysis in Virginia.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Motley and supported by Counselor Johnson. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1M, adopt a resolution authorizing entering into a 3-year agreement for city auditing services with Walker, Giroux, and Hani.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Freely. Further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1N, discuss the request to purchase 2 new snowplow blades with hitch in the amount of up to $45,000 for the Public Works and adopt a resolution for that. If
So moved.
moved by Counselor Johnson, is there support?
Support for discussion.
Support by Counselor Freely for discussion. Further discussion, Counselor Freely.
And I'll turn to Megan that this $45,000, I'm assuming is Public Works budgeted monies that Mr. Rosford has to spend on this?
Sorry, I'm still getting used to the microphones, I guess. This will be coming out of the contingency fund.
Contingency fund. Do you have an amount that we're at right now that this
Yeah,
will?
so after this, we'll have about $21,000 left in the contingency fund, so it does bring it down, but there still will be a little.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Megan. It has been moved and supported for the discussion. Counselor Motley.
It could be that I'm just tired, but is that what we discussed last week and I just don't remember? Okay,
It was.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Counselor Paulson?
Mayor, is there a resolution in the packet? So, because on page 87, it just gives a total package price of $22,099
That is each, I believe.
per. Per. So do we need a resolution?
I have noted that on here to adopt a resolution, even though it's not done. And I'm actually going to question a couple of the other items regarding obtaining grants, and there isn't any resolutions for those either. So I'll talk to Britt about that when she gets back.
Yeah, Pam was gone
I was
for,
gone.
and so getting back to
We
try
were
to
both
catch up,
gone.
get these resolutions before tonight's council meeting was a challenge. So the we adopt the resolution, we could certainly waive the written resolution and move forward with this. And so there's a motion on the floor and support, and included in that motion is the resolution, which would be waiving the written resolution till later. So has been moved and supported, coming out of the contingency fund of the purchase of these new blades for the snow plows. Is there any further discussion? Hearing Councilor Beyondich.
Thank you. I was going to ask this at a previous meeting. Does the Public Works budget have anything left in it for 2025?
Megan?
I can dig into it and get back to you. I can shoot an email. I have the Public Works financials here, but to kind of add that up for the various departments, off the top of my head, I don't know. But I'll take a look and I'll get back to you on it.
I'm just concerned that we still have 2 months to go with winter coming, and I would be comfortable with 1 and see where I've heard it mentioned before that use the contingency money, so that makes me wonder, is there money left in that budget? And we keep going forward with purchasing. So I probably am going to be a no. I would be okay with 1 until we get until I understand the money in that budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Beyondich. I'm going to support this. If there's money in the contingency fund to move forward with it. If there's money left over in the budget that the Public Works have, they can take it out of there instead of the contingency fund. But there's money in the contingency fund to pay for it. It doesn't necessarily have to come out of the contingency fund, but I understand where Councilor Beyondich is coming from. But I think these blades, as was explained at the committee of the whole meeting, they're down to the nub. There's nothing left. And then, you know, they don't have the riders. One of the blades, I think, is affixed to the snow truck because they can't, you know, so that's why they're extra for the hitch as well. So I'm going to support this. So it's been moved and supported. Further discussion, Councilor Motley.
I apologize, I cannot remember this topic last week when we talked about it, but did we ask Jim if he had money in his budget for $45,000 because he's had positions that haven't been filled?
Jenny.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Councilor Motley. My recollection of the discussion was that it could come from either the Public Works budget or the contingency fund, or like split between the two. That's what I recall from the discussion on this particular subject. But I don't know the numbers of what the budget has, so I can't answer that specifically.
And that was part of the discussion. Where's the money going to come from? The discussion was there was money in the contingency fund to do that in the event that there was no money available in the Public Works budget. So it could come from either one or both.
I'd be okay with it coming from Public Works, not from the contingency. Just from my couple years of being on the council, we know our contingency ends up getting pulled for other things that don't have anything to do with equipment. And 21,000 or whatever we have left for 2 more months is not enough. So I will only support this if it's coming from the Public Works funds.
And we don't have that information, do we, Megan, at this point in time?
I'm not good enough at math to do all this in my head at this point in time and look at all the, the different public works departments and pull it. It's my gut feeling we have enough, but I don't want to go off of that. I would never make a recommendation on that. We will have $21,000 after we purchase the snow plows if that's what we did. So currently, I think it's about 46 or 60, mathing, 66,000 in the contingency fund.
Please continue, Councilor Mon, then we'll go to Councilor Johnson.
Do we have a motion on the floor for this?
Motion and support to
Pam,
purchase.
could I have the motion read back, please?
Moved by Councilor Johnson, supported by Councilor Friedlieb to approve the purchase of 2 new snowplow blades with hitch in an amount of up to $45,000 for the Public Works Department and adopt the unwritten resolution.
Would the counselor that made this motion be amenable to making a change that it could come out of Public Works? Okay, then I will not be supporting this. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I think it's up to the discretion of staff where if it's money's available to come out, they can come out, whether it's Public Works budget or the contingency fund. If we don't have the money, then we don't buy it. So,
Can I just make one note on that?
okay, all right. Pam?
The
And then over to
resolution
Councilor Johnson, and then
will
back
need to
over.
state where the funds should be coming from, so the motion
We don't
should-
have we don't have the resolution, right?
No, but it should be in there once it's
Right.
approved.
That's what I'm saying, but we don't have the resolution. But thank you, that's a very good point. Councilor Johnson, and then over to Councilor Paulson.
Thank you, Mayor. We are discussing $45,000 in winter and employee safety. It was made very clear to us at the meeting that these are not wants, these are not maybes, they are needs. They are pieces of metal that are 25 years old that are unsafe. Mr. Rosbit specifically stated that. When money is in a budget, it can be moved. Whether or not it's in the contingency or Public Works fund, that is still general fund money. It is a definition we use in this room that really is irrelevant to the money being spent from the city checkbook. It's the same checkbook, it's the same bill, it's the same everything. And that we are sitting here because we want to define well, it can come out of here, but not out of here because if it comes out of here, what are we going to do? Well, what we're not going to have is plowed roads at this point. We are seriously, all of these things we discuss continue to be about services not going away, about services going away, not hiring two heavy equipment operators, plow drivers, means that if we don't hire them, there's nobody to drive the plows. If we don't hire plow drivers, then we don't need two new plows, which means people's roads will not be plowed when they expect them to be, as they expect them to be. If the resolution, I would amend my motion to say that it can come out of either the Public Works or the contingency fund. Is that acceptable, Pam? I would do that and leave it up to the staff who know our finances to do their jobs and to do them well. We have to stop questioning every single little detail simply because we have 3 or 4 people that show up here going, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need this. That big long list we had last week of all these things we bought this year, if we didn't buy them, we cannot run a city. We have to have equipment for our staff to do their jobs. Have to. This is not a want, this isn't an upgrade. This isn't something that's cute that'll look pretty for a couple months. This is a need of our public works and our staff to safely and efficiently keep our streets clean in the event of a major winter storm or 3+ inches. So it frustrates me that in theory, we're going to save all this money, but in practicality, we're cutting services. And that's where I will stand. I think that this has to get approved tonight so we can get them ordered and get them ready. It's November in less than 5 days. Any night this week, we could get a snowstorm that would paralyze the city because we don't have the equipment or the staff moving forward. Thank you, Mayor.
Yeah, thank you, Councilor Johnson. Councilor Johnson has amended his motion to include the payment for the 2 snowplow blades up to $45,000 to come either out of the contingency fund or the Public Works Department. And you made the second, was it you made the second, Councilor Freely? Were you amenable to that change?
I am, thank you.
Thank you. Moved and supported. Further discussion? Councilor Paulson.
Thank you. So did we just discover on October 21st that our plow blades were bad? This doesn't make sense to me. I mean, okay, yes, it's November coming up, but did we just discover last Tuesday that we have bad plow blades? Then how come this council is being forced to push another purchase through if the planning happens, if capital equipment planning happens as it's scheduled to happen or supposed to happen? We should have known about this last year at the end of the season and been able to plan and budget accordingly and take it out of the Public Works budget and not have to dip into the contingency fund budget. So this is concerning to me, and this keeps happening. I listen to what, I mean, we might not want to hear it, but it's true. All these purchases that have been coming forward were not discussed during the last year's budgeting process. So now we're scrambling. Do we need them? I guess we do need them. I wasn't here at the meeting. But I mean, did we just discover on October 21st we have bad plow blades?
No.
Then why wasn't this coming forward at the end of last season?
Well, there was some
Plowing
discussion.
season.
There was some discussion early on as we move forward. When we put in the plows away, that it appears as though they're going to need the new grader potentially. We talked about that way back in early on. Also talked about the equipment, the dump truck with the new box, which had to be welded on there. They don't have any thing anymore. The fixed blade on the grader that hasn't been welded on because they can't get the hydraulics anymore. That was discussed early on, as well as the potential need for some new snowplow blades, a new snowplow on the front of the truck. And then when Public Works took all their equipment out just recently and inventoried everything and took a look at those things, that's when they came in for the ask. Just background. Councilor Paulson.
This is just really hard because if they need it, I get it. But to be put in a position like this to, and you know what? We have a contingency fund to go into if we need something, and I understand that. But we also need department heads to plan accordingly and not just keep coming every quarter or month after month asking for brand-new pieces of equipment which are not in the budget. So, I mean, I want to say yes to this, but I guess I want to know a little bit more. Where is the money going to come from? And why aren't these things assessed at the end of the season when I think they should be assessed at the end of the season to allow us to prepare for our budget process? It's not right. And if something comes up, like Counselor Motley says, we aren't going to have any money in our contingency fund. We will have zero money. And we're bonding for a $300 and whatever $1,000 camera system. We need to work smarter. And we need to focus on is it in your budget or is it not in your budget? And I understand what you're saying, what Counselor Johnson is saying, I understand that. But you don't just go take out of another bucket because you're short on your side. That's not fair to the departments that plan properly. So I don't know, can we get by with just one? Was that part of the conversation, or are two needed?
Well, it was part of the discussion phase here. The motion on the floor, with the amended motion by Councilor Johnson, is to purchase both of the blades, spending up to $45,000 to be taken out of either the public works budget or the contingency fund. And there was discussion about, as Councilor Beyondich alluded to, maybe only wanting to buy one. So that's been part of this discussion so far.
Well, I guess until I know where it's coming from, I'm not going to support it. Plus, we don't have a written resolution. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Councilor Paulson. So it has been moved and supported. Further discussion, Councilor Beyondich.
Do we have adequate trucks for these plows to be put on?
Yeah, they're going on existing dump trucks.
I'm just checking.
That was what was presented, yes.
Thank you. So not too long ago, we had a skid steer come forward, a brand-new skid steer. And I echo what you're saying, and I understand when we need plows, we need plows. But I think these are items that need to be looked at and talked about immediately in the spring when things are happening, because now we are backed up against a wall for plowing. So I also get frustrated with it. These discussions need to happen a lot sooner. And my fear is always that contingency fund, when it's gone and we have an emergency, what happens? We still have 2 months to go, and we're leaving $21,000 in there. So I'm not real comfortable with it either. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Councilor Beyondich. So it has been moved and supported. And if one more time, we've had some significant discussion, would you please read the motion back with the amendment?
Moved by Counselor Johnson, supported by Counselor Friedlieb, to approve the purchase of 2 new snowplow blades with hitch in an amount of up to $45,000 for Public Works, and to adopt the unwritten resolution stating that the funds can come from either the Public Works budget or the contingency fund.
Okay, thank you. That's the motion, moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Councilor Beyondich.
Thank you. I will not support this until I know what is left in the budget for Public Works and exactly how, I'm happy to support it if they have money in their budget, no problem. But I would like to know that before I make the vote. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Bueller? Anyone? Further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
No.
Roll call, please, Pam.
Paulson?
No.
Beyondich?
No.
Bachschnider?
No.
Friedlieb?
Aye.
Huffy?
Aye.
Johnson?
Aye.
Motley?
No.
Motion fails 4-3. Thank you. Let's move to item number 9.10, adopt a resolution to hire a patrol officer. As you, oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Move to approve. Moved by Counselor Motley to approve. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Bachschnider. Further discussion? This brings us up to the maximum allocated staffing levels for the police department is 25. This brings us up to 24, but we have 3 people leaving and maybe another one. So it's, approval is, it's still not going to be a fully staffing level, so even if through 2026. So it has been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 9.1P, approve the request from the Range Trail Committee and Quad Cities ATV Club for an in-kind donation of crushed field material for the trail at an estimated added value of $3,600.
So moved.
Move to approve by Counselor Johnson. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Counselor Freely. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1Q, appoint Counselor Bachschnider to the Evelyn, Virginia Airport Authority starting November 1st, 2025, taking the place of Counselor Stephen Johnson, who has stepped down for other commitments. So moved by Counselor Friedman, supported by?
Support.
Supported by Counselor Paulson. Further discussion? Thank you for taking this on, Counselor Bachschnider. It is a chore, as we all know. So it's been moved and supported. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye. 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 Opposed? Motion carries. Item 9.1R, authorize staff to proceed with the actions regarding the law enforcement labor services negotiations as discussed in closed session.
So moved.
Support.
Move to approve by Counselor Motley and supported by Counselor Bachschnider. Is there any further discussion? Hearing and seeing none, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. That is it for the committee reports this evening. Move on to item number 10 on the agenda, which is the commission liaison reports. Does any want to have a commission liaison report to disseminate today? Okay, let's move on to item number 11, department head reports. Does any department head have a report they'd like to give this evening? We have Jody Grabanowski, our library director, in the audience today. She is here to give us a report. Jody, and then we'll move for the rest of the council for additional information. Jody, welcome once again.
Not really a report, it's more of an invitation. So
Okay.
tomorrow from 3 o'clock to 4, you can come, there's a House of Cards building challenge in the library event room. So come join us and see if you can build the biggest building, probably a house, I'm not sure. On Friday, we do have story time. Because it is Halloween, the kids are gonna come in costume and they're gonna make stops at all of the desks. And just a reminder that Trunk or Treat is also from 4 to 6 on Friday, and the library is one of the, we are one of the stops. The book bike will be out. It looks like the weather will allow that. So, and then, yes, as somebody mentioned, it's November next week. So we have our tech assistants every Monday morning at 10 o'clock. But we do have a big event on the 4th, and this is a legacy event, and it's Timber Tales of Lumberjacks, Settlers, and Lumber Barons in northern Minnesota. And so that one is at 3:30 in the afternoon, so that would event that should be very informative. Usually the speakers are really good. There is a book about it, so she's going to talk about that. And then our usual stuff, we always have something on Wednesdays at 3 o'clock. If you have any questions, please give us a call at 218-748-7525.
Thank you, Jody. Any other reports? Okay, we'll move on to department reports anymore. Joy, do you have anything you want to add to somebody? It's Joy Ritterbusch. She did attend our committee of the whole meeting. This is our new HR coordinator. Welcome, Jody. Joy, welcome, Joy, on board.
Thank you.
And it's fantastic.
Happy to be here.
we're happy to have you here, so thank you.
I think you had something.
Thank you. Anything to disseminate to us this evening? Joy?
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. I just wanted to recap the,
No,
are you going to
we're
be
good.
or?
We're on you, Jenny.
Okay.
Okay, Jenny?
So to recap the special meeting we had last night and the wonderful opportunity that we're hoping to have within the city of Virginia with some housing development with a really good, strong developer and property owner. So thank you, council, for your support in that. And more to come. We're just, working through that process, but thank you.
Yes, thank you, Jenny. It was a great presentation last night. Megan, anything to disseminate for us this
Nothing
evening?
right now.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Pam?
Just getting back in the swing of things after being gone for a couple of weeks, so sorry if I missed something.
Well, it's, these last 2 weeks have really highlighted and spotlighted the need for a city clerk, no doubt about that. So thank you, Pam, very much. Yes, I appreciate that. Okay. I just have a couple of things. I know it's been a long meeting, but first of all, Britt asked me to read this. I'd like to remind everyone that Revive Virginia is hosting a trunk or treat event on Halloween night, October 31st, from 4 to 6 p.m. in the downtown Virginia area. That's October 31st, Halloween night, 4 to 6 p.m. in the downtown Virginia area. There will be stops at City Hall, the old Fire Hall, and the library, along with lots of decorated cars on Chestnut Street where kids can trick or treat safely. So individuals and community groups are encouraged to take part. All we ask is that if you're hauling out candy from your vehicle, please remember to back into your parking spot so your trunk faces the sidewalk for easy access. So if you have any questions about the trunk or treat activity, which is on the 31st of October from 4 to 6 p.m., you may call Jared Siebert with Revive Virginia at 218-290-1313. Again, Jared Siebert, Revive Virginia, 218-290-1313. So, okay. Real quickly, I just want to once again thank. I'll hold this in abeyance. Councilor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor. Also wanted to, I was going to plug the Revive thing too. It's going to be a really interesting thing to have all those kids downtown. Also want to let folks know that between that 4 and 6 time period, the Screamatorium, a fundraiser for Chair, will be Screamatorium Light for the little kids, because I was there last week and I wouldn't walk through it for all the money in the world. Just another thing that Revive is doing to bring individuals downtown, to showcase our businesses, to really show the region that there is a group of citizens that work independently of government that are working hard to make Virginia an excellent place, as stated earlier by all those folks that were here for tennis. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Johnson. So, Councilor Beyondich, and then over to Councilor Bachstein, then I'll conclude. Councilor Beyondich, and then over to Councilor Friedlieb, I guess. Okay.
I would like to extend congratulations to the tennis team also. But I did attend a few of the curling events, and I knew nothing about curling, but it was very interesting, and I did learn. It's a very strategic game, so that was fun to watch. And just wishing all the trick-or-treaters safety on Friday night. I know I have steps up to my house, so I always tell the kids, stay on the sidewalk. I put a chair outside and join them down there. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Councilor Bachschneider?
Thank you. I have 2 more so questions that I guess I would like to talk about quickly. And this one I probably should have mentioned earlier in the meeting when we were talking about the $360,000 lease. But I'm wondering if it would be appropriate, and I'm not going to make a motion, I just want a discussion on this, to have city staff review our purchasing policy and see how we would have in the future any purchases of items and leases happening at the same time, or if that's something that we should consider timing out and at the next committee of the whole make recommendations. And then the second item that I have is 2 weeks in a row now, I've went and chatted with Bill in the middle of the meeting to let him know that the YouTube stream has stopped in the middle of the meeting. So last week's committee of the whole and then tonight's council meeting. And it sounds like it's it's beyond what Bill is able to kind of fix right here, right now. So I'm wondering if we can follow up with Steve to see what's going on with the YouTube, and is it just the magic 2-hour mark or what that may be? I'm not sure, but I just want to ensure that those that stream it on YouTube can watch meetings to its completion. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We've had to have some sporadic issues with YouTube over the time, and they were working on it to try to get that rectified. I thought it was, but yes, we'll have Steve take care of that. Thank you for both of those items. Councillor Freely.
Yeah, I just want to express my appreciation to Ms. Washke tonight for the words that she spoke, because it was indicative of the fact that there are people in this community that recognize how difficult the decisions are that we make, and that she's supportive of the fact that we have to do that. And that I think there's an acknowledgement also that sometimes if we make decisions that are not the decisions that they would have made, doesn't necessarily mean that they were the wrong decisions that were being made. And I think that was important for us to hear. There was a lot of angst in the room tonight, a lot of autopsy-like discussion with regard to issues, which is justifiable and legitimate given the concerns that we have in this community. But I want to thank Pam also for the work that she puts in with regard to the thing that we talked about earlier in the, I guess I would call it creative financing, that we do need to discuss and consider at this point in time in the city so that we can get things accomplished, and especially for things that we've already received and are already using. So in any event, I know that there's a lot of pressure on all of us with a lot of community concern, but I want the community to know that we share those concerns deeply with all of them, and we're trying to make the best decisions possible, even though it may not seem sometimes that the decision I'm making is aligning with the mindset that some of the people have out in the community. I still feel that we as a collective group are making decisions that are in the best interest of the community. So thank you.
Thank you, Councillor Freely. Okay, anything else? I just have a couple things real quick. First of all, again, you can't, this is an amazing event, the curling, the Pan Am World Curling Championships. Never going to happen again. This is the last time they're holding it, and it's the first and only time that it was held in the United States, right here. And there's a lot of people that'd be thankful to bring that forward. I had interviews with World Curling, with USA Curling, with Ms. Curl Masabi, and all these other, and the news channels from other countries, Brian as well. And they were amazed by the service that was provided. Top-notch service, state-of-the-art work, great venue all the way around. They were very pleased. And Brian Silver did an outstanding job announcing. It was very exciting. He made it energetic. The crowd was into it, so it was a great thing. If I was going to pull one suggestion out of the hat, that I think that Boomtown was not fully prepared for the concessions. There were long, long lines. He ran out of food, and it was the only game in town. There were concierge services that are the booths upstairs by United States Steel, by New Range, by Park State Bank, by the IRRR. Couldn't get food. They couldn't get concierge service delivered up there. So they were ordering food from outside entities, bringing in pizzas from Vi's and all kinds of other places because they couldn't get that service. And then when people were standing in line, they get there and they're out of this item or they're out of that item. And only one time, I believe, if I stand corrected, please apologize for that. There was only one time where that second concession was open upstairs. So it was a problem. Yes, it's a learning experience, but there was an assurance in that they would do that. And I just urge, it was just a little disappointment, not just on my part, but I was there every single day. And I saw a lot of curling matches, and I talked to a lot of people, and they were just ecstatic about the whole event and how things went. But when there was something is not right, they're gonna tell you about it, and that was the concession. So I hope I'll be able to do something better this next time around. So thank you, United States Steel. Thank you, New Range. Thank you, Park State Bank. Thank you, IRRB. Thank you, USA Curling. Thank you, World Curling, and Phil Drobnik for facilitating the being brought up here to this event. So there are other curling opportunities that will be coming forward according to World Curling. So we look for those opportunities as well. And kudos to the staff. They did an outstanding job. It was an amazing event. This is what we could do when we work together. So on that note, I didn't read this last year, but I'm going to read it this year because, I mean, it's been a tumultuous time for us and a challenging time for the council. And the citizens of Virginia, for the most part, understand the work that we have to do and understand the decisions that we make in support of the decisions moving forward. Nobody likes their taxes to go up, but we have to work together for a common goal. And the citizens are part of this community. We're trying to make decisions to make this a healthy, safe, and a better place to work. Sometimes it's difficult because we don't have the funding for it. The challenge that we face, we'll figure that out in our budget. But I want to read this because I think it's important that I think we all together know this already, but sometimes other people do not understand where we're coming from and how important it is to work together. So this has come out of my management program that I went through a long time ago. And it's entitled, Do We Have As Much Sense as a Goose? So, do we? Let's find out. This fall, when you see geese heading south for the winter flying along a V formation, you might be interested in knowing what scientists have discovered about why they fly that way. It has been learned that each bird flaps its wings, it creates an uplift for the bird immediately following. By flying in a V format, the whole flock adds at least 71% greater flying range than if each bird flew on its own. Basic truth number one. People who share a common direction and sense of community can get where they are going quicker and easier because they are traveling on this thrust of one another. And that's what we're doing here. Whenever a goose falls out of formation, it suddenly feeds the drag of the resistance of trying to go it alone and quickly gets back into the formation to take advantage of the lifting power of the bird immediately front. Basic truth number two. If we have as much sense as a goose, we will stay in formation with those who are headed the same way we are going. And that goes for the citizens who come here and complain all the time. And provide us, I'm trying to be tactful here, chastise us for everything we do. Disrespect is not in our DNA. We try to maintain a professional decorum. So when the lead goose gets tired, he rotates back into the wind, and another goose flies point to take over. Basic truth number three. It pays to take turns doing hard jobs with people or with geese flying north. Finally, when a goose gets sick or is wounded by a gunshot or falls out, two geese fall out of formation, follow that goose down to help and protect them. They stay with the goose until he or she is either able to fly or until the goose dies. And then they launch out on their own or move with another formation to catch up with their group. Final truth. If we have as much sense as a goose, we will stand by each other like that. And we do. And we'll continue to do that. And we'll solve the problems moving forward. That's what we're here to do. Because we, as an organization, as an elected body, have an investment in this community. We live here, we work here, we raise our kids here, and we have the same issues that everybody else has. So please, those who are listening home, bear with us as we try to solve the difficult problems of providing a better place to work, and the health and safety of our community is our priority. So thank you. Anything else come before the council meeting tonight? We don't have anything more, so we're going to stand adjourned at 7:50 p.m. Thanks, everybody, for everything. Have a good evening. Good night.